hello guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Jazz and Gaming. So in this video, I'm making an apartment for 8 Sims in another speed build, as you could have seen on the title. So I'm just starting off by adding a little few rooms onto the floor plan that I already did before recording. So I just wanted the video to be a bit shorter because it takes me usually a while to do the floor plan because I want it to be perfect and everything. So I'm just starting off by putting the doors everywhere that they're supposed to be, and then I also added the walls and the flooring as well. So in this apartment there is room for 8 Sims, like I said, and then there's three bedrooms. So there's one for the parents, one for 2 toddlers, and then one for 2 teens and 2 kids. And then of course there's a bathroom. So after that I'm gonna go and start by doing the living room. So in the living room there's a couch, a TV, and then there's a little desk area as well as the entrance area. So I'm just starting by the sitting area slash TV area. So I'm just gonna add this fireplace and a few chairs and couches and clutter as usual. And then I added these paintings from not City Living, but Tiny Living. And I really like them. They're so adorable. A little hot chocolate, and then these little socks as well. So on the fireplace, I added this little teddy bear, as well as a sculpture and a package, and this little mini Eiffel Tower that I really like. I think it's a sculpture as well that your Sims can make with the little wood making thing. So I'm also adding this little coffee table with these drawing supplies that the kids maybe put there while they were drawing, and then this little book that made it look like they actually wrote in there or drew in there. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go and do the entrance area and then the little working area, desk area, whatever you want to call it. But before, I'm just adding these little toys to make it look like kids actually live there, because that's very important to add clutter into your builds. It makes it look more realistic. But now I'm just adding this little billboard to the entrance area, as well as this little flower thing on the door, and then a coat hanger, and then this shoe rack as well. And I added these on the wall to make it more realistic, like it was a birthday, and then they just added those on the wall and they forgot to take it off, so yeah. And then I'm just working on the desk area, so I just put this computer and then again clutter. I had a bit of trouble to actually place it on the desk because I put it a bit too high, and then I just ended up placing it on the desk without the OMSP shelf, I believe. Sorry if I mispronounce it. I might just not actually pronounce it the right way, so I'm sorry in advance. So I'm just adding all of these clutter just beside the desk, and then I'm just adding it on the OMSP shelf and then placing them onto the desk, and then that's when I'm going to realize that they're a bit too high, and I'll just place them on the actual desk. So yeah. So after that, I'm going to go onto the hallway. So for the hallway, there's actually kind of a hallway separated in two, because there's an area to go to the dining room and to the toddler's room, and then there's the other area to go into the kids' room, the bathroom, and the parents' room. So yeah, so I'm gonna go and work on that right afterwards, I believe. Or it might be the kitchen, I'm not quite sure. Okay, no. So I'm just adding this ottoman from Laundry Day, and then I'm just adding this very cute giraffe that I absolutely love to add into my family builds. And then I'm adding these paintings, and afterwards I'm gonna go and add this little carpet. So on this area, I added this coffee table, a few paintings, and then these little supplies to clean. And then I'm gonna go into the kitchen, I believe, which is one of my favorite rooms in the whole entire house. But I always love to make kitchens. I think they're usually the most family-like room in the house. So yeah, I'm gonna go and work on that right afterwards. In the kitchen, there's also the laundry area because I didn't want to add it into the bathroom. It's way too small to fit that in there. But the kitchen is pretty big, so I made sure to add a space for the laundry. But now I'm actually going to work onto the actual kitchen. So I'm adding a whole bunch of counters. So there's a lot of counter space, and I'm going to add a lot of clutter on it as well. So I'm also adding these right on top to make it more realistic, and so that the family actually has some space to actually put their stuff and their plates and everything right on there. And then in this area, I'm gonna add shelves, so open shelves with clutter on it because it didn't really fit with these things. So yeah, I'm gonna change that right afterwards, I believe. And I also added these shelves from Tiny Living that are already all cluttered up, and I really like them. So I did actually stick two together. I don't know if it bothers you. So if you end up downloading this house, you can of course take it off and add actually open shelves. And then now I'm just adding the clutter everywhere into the kitchen to make it lived in as usual. And I'm gonna go and work on the open shelves, which I really like because you can actually see the plates and everything, and I really like doing that. So I'm just adding this shelf, this plate from Parenthood, and then these little mustard and ketchup thing. And then I added this clock as well, and a few paintings also. So this is where I'm gonna add the plates and everything, and then I also added these spices and this kind of heating thing. I don't know what it's called, but I'm just working on the plates, and then I'm just adding this bowl as well. So on the top, I'm gonna add some cooking supplies, and then I'm just making it look lived in. And I also added this island right in the middle where I'm gonna add this little fruit thingy, whatever it's called. And so the family can go and hang out in there during the day, so that's why I made it so big. And then this is the dining area. I'm not quite sure if I like how it turned out because the dining area is very small and it's a family of 8, so I really wanted to add like 8 chairs, and there's also 2 taller chairs, high chairs, sorry. So I ended up just gluing 2 tables together to make the chairs be a bit closer together. So after that, I'm just gonna add a few decorations as usual. Now we're gonna go into the bathroom, I think, or maybe the kids' room, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so we're actually gonna go into the bathroom, so I'm just adding a lot of stuff from Tiny Living to make it as small as possible because there's not a lot of space. And I added this shower from Parenthood, and I'm also gonna add the carpet that matches the shower, which I really like. And then I put these little robes things, and I sized them down to make it look like they're kids' robes. And then I really thought it was cute, so I hope you guys like it as well. And now I'm gonna go to the parents' room. So this room, I tried to add as much personality as I could. So I added these journals, like one of the parents could be into sport. And so I really like that little part. And then I'm just adding this dresser, which with as much clutter as I could. And then these little, whatever they're called, to hang your clothes. So again, I'm adding clutter everywhere. And then I'm gonna go and work onto the kids' room, which I really like. So I added bunk beds, and then I added these dressers to make it look like the wall was actually closed. And I really like how it turned out. It's super adorable. And so I'm just adding 4 beds. There's 2 sets of bunk beds. And in this family, I thought they had 6 kids, of course, but I thought they had 2 teen girls, 1 child boy, 1 child girl, and then 1 toddler girl and 1 toddler boy. So that's kind of how I made the apartment. So you can of course change the story if you download this apartment. and make it for boys, girls, whatever you want. So that's up to you. But yeah, so I made it for I think it's 4 girls and 2 boys. Yeah, something like that. So I'm just adding a whole bunch of things on the beds to make it as much personalized as I could. So each of them added a few paintings or posters and a few of their toys or whatever. So I really like how that turned out as well. So now they also have a little desk area right there. So yeah, so the kids can go and do their homework right there. And I'm going to the last room of the house, which is the toddler's room. So I'm just adding clutter, 2 beds, and then a few posters as well, and toys and everything that's necessary for toddlers. So I'm gonna let you guys watch that because it's almost time for the screenshots. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye!